Thanks for joining me, everyone. In this video, I thought I would do something a little different from my normal videos. I took a little break after that epic grind, and while enjoying a little less playtime, I tend to browse social media for laughs, and I try to help those looking for information. I noticed that a lot of new, returning, or even just casual players will ask a question. And there are some people who are helpful and provide answers, but there are also plenty of troll comments, which helps absolutely no one. So I thought a comprehensive guide would be extremely helpful for those who need it. So we're going to cover everything I could think of and everything I wish I would have known when I first got started. So I would also like to take this as an opportunity to reintroduce myself, since the last time I provided any details on that was back in the Halloween 2021 video. So I started playing World of Warships in 2015 on PC. I was a part of the mass exodus when the carriers were, two carrier division could clear out an entire team. It was just crazy. So I went ahead and left, got into this in 2019, and it was really towards, I want to say July, August, probably even more towards August, started playing. And as you can see, I was able to obtain supremacy in March of 2020. So I really have been in Legends literally for quite a while. So all the information that I'm going to provide is going to be solid and helpful. So let's just really start from the beginning. If you look in your particular console store, there are going to be plenty of deals, as you can see right there. There's also going to be ones that are completely free based on your console subscription. Now, once the game is ready for you to actually get into, you'll see on the bottom, and I am running PlayStation 4, so I cannot attest to what the Xbox is going to say, but you can see on the bottom using L1 and R1, I can move through a number of tabs, and this is basically going to be what is currently going on within the game. So as you can see, a Bureau Project, St. Patrick's, Atlantico, Lazarus Heritage Campaign, that's the one we are currently running. PA Cruisers Full Access, this is them letting you know that the Pacific Asian Tech Tree Cruiser line is in effect. Now this is where join the community. You've got Discord, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter. I am definitely on Facebook. I am definitely on Discord. Reddit and Twitter I do not use, so I can only attest for if you want to get real information, you can go ahead and get on Wargaming's World of Warships Legends Discord page. This is where you're going to actually be able to ask questions directly to the gaming company instead of going into Facebook or social media and asking questions in the groups. You can obviously still do that, but this is where you're going to be able to ask the company directly and get more, let's just call it, valid answers without troll comments. And I'll actually get into all that bit as well. But so Discord, I definitely suggest. Now, as you continue tabbing over, you'll see update notes. This is where you can actually get patch notes. You can also get patch notes on Discord. But if you just want to access it this way, you see, hit square and it will show you details. And it legitimately takes you to the patch notes for what has been released. And you can just go through and read it. I highly suggest that is exactly what you do every single update. You can go ahead and ask in social media. Just be prepared that they are going to hit you with a lot of troll comments telling you to read the patch notes. So now, once you're actually ready to get into the game, and again, this is just something that I feel is really necessary for those who are getting into or just trying to get a refresher, somebody that you might know and they're just getting into it and you're sending them to multiple different places, and yeah, they're getting great gameplay video, they're getting great suggestions on ship builds and commander setups, but a very comprehensive guide on how to navigate World of Warship Legends, how to actually get into commanders, work through campaigns and missions if you're on a time crunch. I mean, I am a regular Joe. I've got a job, a woman, kid on the way, so I have a limited amount of time too, and I still want to maintain getting these ships and getting the content. So this is just going to be a comprehensive guide on how you can get all of these things and still have a life. How you can actually play through World of Warship Legends. I've been doing it for going on almost 4 years, and I still love the game. So I'm going to offer you guys literally everything on a silver platter in one place. And the only thing that I ask is that you share this with anybody who is going to need it and really get going into this game. Give this video a thumbs up. Make your own comments in the comments section as to anything that I may have left out, but I'm going to make sure this is very, very comprehensive. Let's start from the top. To access the top section, you're going to hit triangle to actually get over to your gamer tag. And when you do this, it's going to give you an overview of where you stand with the current campaign, where you stand with whatever bureau projects you are running, and then it's going to show you your commander items, commander XP, commendations, insignias, promotion orders, paint for your permanent paint, and then research points for your bureau projects. RL tokens, your currency tokens for special events that are going on, is going to constantly change, so RL tokens will change on the next one. So once you're up there, you can then shimmy on over. You can see, hit X to open containers, your premium days, steel. Steel is a very, very, very slow currency to accumulate, so we'll get into that when it comes to spending when we get to that section. Global XP, another extremely slow earning currency. Now, I will go ahead and show you as you get into this section, it will show you your available elite XP. This is how, if you want to, convert your elite XP into global XP. But in order to do that, you have to spend doubloons. Hypothetically, you want to convert enough global XP to actually buy a global XP ship. You're talking about 750,000 global XP to the cost of 30,000 doubloons. In US dollars, that's going to run you $99.99. I strongly suggest not doing that. Save your global XP and just continue grinding it out, and eventually you will get it. And then obviously convert doubloons to credits. Again, I would not spend doubloons on that, and to actually acquire more doubloons. Let's continue with some very basics. Sliding over to the store, and multiple tabs that you can thumb through. You got featured, which is obviously what they are wanting to get in front of you in the beginning of the week or the campaign. And obviously you can continue to thumb through. We got doubloons, got a Leprechaun's Cache or Leprechaun's Hoard, where you can get some doubloons out of that, as well as a chance to get something big. And you're going to go over to offers. Obviously, you want to get this every single day, so it encourages you to log in every single day for your free daily reward. And as you can see, we're going to go ahead and hold redeem and claim it. And again, you're going to get this every single day. Also, you want to log in every single day for your bureau, but we'll get into that as well. So as you can see, specials are going to be whatever theme or event that they have going on. Obviously, premium time, your commanders that you can purchase, containers, forge. Now, this is where I was saying this particular currency is so slow, you do not want to waste your currency on boosters, commander packs, commander XP, insignias, any of that. It's up to you if you want to waste it on a permanent camo. My suggestion is you save and just buy ships. This, you can see, is where all of your premium ships are going to be able to be purchased, and they do have a new bureau section where you're going to be able to purchase bureau projects for credits and or doubloons. And now supplies. Every single week, rear boosters and camo pack is going to repopulate, so you can go ahead and snag these for in-game credits. And then obviously your premium camos. I did forget to mention that if you go over here to containers, commander pack for 10,500,000 credits, that also repopulates every week as well. Now sliding over here to bureau, this is where you have to log in every 24 hours in order for your bureau research projects to continue. So going into any particular project, you're going to have multiple segments, and this is new. In order to progress through these segments, they have now installed something where you have to have a particular ship. So as you can see, we're going in and you can actually see which ship is required. Amalfi. I was able to unlock it, I just haven't actually purchased it yet. So just kind of being lazy, you know, getting that purchased. I have a hard time coming off my credits. I like to stockpile stuff. So nevertheless, as I was saying, you will not be able to progress past this segment to continue on the research until you have that particular ship unlocked and you play one battle and do a win, which can easily be done in AI. So now here is the most recent bureau project that I purchased for 30 million credits. And again, you can see as you're getting started, you can actually view what is required in each segment. So going in here, you can see which captains are required, and going down, you're going to see which ships are required. And daily trials, you'll get to see which ones you can put to get those win bonuses. Now, I say what is required, but once this segment is unlocked, you actually don't have to have any of the patrons or any of the ships. It just means that your progress is going to be 10 times slower, and that could just be a rough guess. I mean, it could be 20, 30 times slower. I have not actually tried to calculate it out, but nevertheless, significantly slower. So obviously, having ships and those captains are beneficial if you want to progress through these bureau projects. And again, you can look ahead to see which ships are required, which you can actually start working that particular tech tree line to unlock those ships. And as you can see, P. Heinrich. And going to the last one, it's going to be Zeton. Now with bureau projects, there are ones that are going to be time sensitive. So if you start a bureau project, it will stay in there. If you don't start it and that time has passed, it is gone forever. And obviously you can see that's where your archive projects are going to be. And now over to campaign and missions. And this is where your campaign is going to give you your entire progression of what you're going to be able to achieve with Admiralty backing and without. And as you can see, the top line is what you would get with Admiralty backing, along with the bottom line. The bottom line is what you would get without the Admiralty backing. But if you hit the square, you can also see it will let you toggle back and forth between what you would get to see as an overview from with or without Admiralty backing. But because I already purchased it, you can see this is everything that you would get. I can tell you that for 2,500 doubloons, the amount of currency, XP, you actually get doubloons back, you get crates, you get premium days, you get insignias, you get research points, you get commendations, you get a ship. All well worth 2,500 doubloons. So I strongly suggest that you do get it. But again, it is completely up to you. You can play this game completely free if you choose. Now, Trials is where you're going to see your weekly boost, your premium, and your daily. You will notice that there is a timer underneath. The timer with the circle and the arrow is what's going to recycle every week, and the daily boost, obviously, every day. And on this one, you can see that there is a timer. The campaign previous to this, there was no timer, but now it will disappear completely in 4 days and 6 hours. Your weekly boost. This is where you're going to get your commander crate. I strongly suggest you just get it here and not use the $10,500,000 credits. I'm sorry, not dollars, credits. To purchase the commander crates, because I would suggest that you put that towards actually purchasing ships. But you obviously get all the other goodies, boosters, as well as promotion orders. Your premium supply. This is where you are going to need a tier 2 all the way through legendary to be able to get each and every single one. But once you get them all, you're just going to get some fancy paint. So you will just still get each one that you do complete. And your daily boost. As you can see, each and every single day you can come on here and get some boosters and some currency. Now, the green anchor is going to be for AI. The red anchor is going to be for standard. Now, when you are trying to do everything on a time crunch, because you can see here, renown, and once you get the admiralty backing, you get the battle prowess. Your weekly havoc is exactly what you need to accomplish. And as you can see, if you start with the first one, work your way all the way through to Shakedown Trials 1. Once you hit that, you will only be able to play in standard in order to complete everything for the mission rewards. The other ones you can complete in AI. So if you are on a time crunch and you need to get your premium supply, your weekly, your daily, and try to go ahead and knock out, especially in the beginning of every week, all of that, I suggest doing your premium in AI. You get the wind bows, is super easy. So you do tier 2 all the way through as high as you choose, but you really could go ahead and get these easy wins, knock out the daily win requirement, as well as it going towards this. But obviously when you get to a certain point, it's going to have to be tier 4 all the way up to legendary in standard and able to achieve these last 3 missions. And then you're going to have your heroic efforts, which, as you can see, Kraken, you got to get in the top 3, 2 dreadnoughts and 2 Confederates, in order to achieve additional bonus points to go towards your current mission that you're working on. Now, there will be times where there is a special mission task that is like the epic mods. It will go in the center of renown and trials. So you can see each box is highlighted in a circle. That middle box will be highlighted in gold. Now on to commanders. This is where I definitely wish I would have known not to invest currency, your commander items, your insignias, and your commendations. Those are the things that are truly going to be a lot harder to get. So that's where I wish I just would have been a little bit more strategic. And I ended up learning later on to really focus my currency on my main commanders that I'm using, along with their inspirations. So for instance, I started off with the USA line. So the main battleship commander that I was running, and this is just, he's just as a guy, William Sims is going to be the stock commander. So I wanted to get him as much as I possibly could. And as you can see, I've got him at 16.3. And for every single battleship sniper build, I'm going to run these 2 inspirations. Andrew Cunningham for my shell grouping, and as you can see, I have him completely maxed out at 16.4, and Scharnhorst at 16.3. So take that as an example. whoever your main commander is for whatever class ship you're going to use, that's who you want to really get maxed out, and the inspirations you're going to put on it. So once you do that for your destroyers, if you want to venture into other class ships, do it for the same thing. And then when you get into hypothetical one-off commanders, like I'm using Optimus Prime for my brawler just for Massachusetts. One-off commanders, I would just put resources as you just really feel comfortable. I would get your main guys all maxed out first. Now, with your commander items, once you have your main commander completely maxed out, you can go over here, and as you can see, I'm going to bounce over to the UK line because I have Andrew Cunningham completely maxed out. So I go in here, I purchase him for 900,000 commander XP. I will automatically get one universal commendation. That universal commendation will go right over there in the top right where it says available resources. That is blue. And you can see some of these commanders have a gold commendation. Those are called personal commendations. So it is only for that particular commander. So if I wanted to max him out, you can see it would take 7 personal commendations. I have 1 available and I have 2. It would take 3. All of those that would be available along with whatever other ones are needed to obtain that next level. I did forget to mention something in the bureau section, so we're going to go ahead and jump over there real quick. The research points that you accumulate will show down here. You hit breakthrough and you'll see add research points, and then you'll see segment limit. So in order for me to actually add that breakthrough, I would actually have to hit this, and that's where those research points will go. And if you go hit select, boom, that portion is done. And this is just a way for me to go ahead and show you that's how you do it. And I don't mind wasting on this particular ship because I love my German ships. And we'll go ahead and show you what I mean. Obviously, this set of patrons I can add, but you see I don't have anything listed as far as patrons, fleet, nothing. And that's going to be the amount of progress that I would make every 24 hours. Now, let's go ahead and add some patrons, and you can see that bar keeps moving. Whoop, there it goes, keeps jumping. Let's go ahead and add some ships. You definitely want premium ships on there. It gives you more research time. And we'll go ahead and add this one. Go ahead and add these. Those are going to be our win bonuses. And you just saw how that progress bar in every 24 hours jumped completely, almost filling up the entire bar. So there is a very big difference, and you want to make sure you keep ships. Don't sell them. We'll get into that as well. Before we get into the ships section, I would like to just show you that the research points I applied for that breakthrough on that particular segment got taken off. I was just over 3 million. Now I am just under 2 million. Now let's get into ships. I'm going to suggest that you actually work your way through the tiers all the way up to tier 7 and tier 8, and not just try to jump into the higher tiers before learning the ins and outs, the mechanics, angling, where you're spotted and not spotted, smoke versus not being in smoke, how to aim and lead targets. If you just skip and jump into the higher tiers, you're going to get your butt handed to you. But again, I'm not one to tell anybody how to play. I'm just giving suggestions. So you are going to be able to work 9 nations, and each nation is going to have destroyers, light cruisers, heavy cruisers, battleships, and carriers. Now the thing is not every nation has each one of these class of ships. And for instance, you can see Pan Europe right now just has one cruiser at tier 1, and the rest are going to be destroyers. And for Pan Asian, we got destroyers and cruisers. So you'll have to actually thumb through each and every single one, as for instance Italy. Italy has just cruisers and battleships. So again, you're just going to have to thumb through these and figure out which ones you would like to work. But again, these are completely free, will cost you 0 real money, and you can just work it as you see fit and as you have time. Now if you go over to the store, and again over to the ships section, this is where you can decide whichever particular nation that you might want a premium ship, and no one is going to force you, and you are not required to buy any premium content whatsoever. But it is there for those who do not mind spending money on their hobby. And as you can see, you can tab over and you're going to have particular ships for global XP. It could be 500,000 or 750,000. So completely up to you whether you want to save to buy this or not. But you can, if you wanted to, use your global XP to boost yourself through to the next ship in that particular line. I suggest not doing that. Just work it and it will gradually accumulate as you play. Now going back into ships, I would not sell your ships. I am a collector and I keep every single one. Now I understand those who are not going to play tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. If you want to sell it, have at it. Again, I'm just not going to advise that you do sell your ships. So there's going to be 2 reasons why I would never sell them. First reason is going to be when you purchase a ship with in-game credits, like so, you're going to have to spend 18 million credits on a tier 7. Now, hypothetically, you want to sell a ship just to advance into your next tier ship. You are going to take a loss. As you can see, selling a tier 8 is going to be 11,800,000 credits, and I'm taking a loss. I don't like taking those losses, so therefore I'm just not going to sell any of my ships. The other reason why I would not sell ships is you are going to have bureau ship requirements in order to progress, in order for your 24-hour progression to advance even further, as you saw. So that's another reason why I would just not sell any of these ships whatsoever. But again, these are just suggestions, and it is going to be completely up to you. This is just how I have been able to progress and continue progressing within this game. And now into the play section. And as you can see, we have several different battle types. You're going to want to use AI for those first win bonuses. This is also going to allow you to go in and play around with different ship and commander setups. I would not use any boosters in there. The payout is beyond not worth it, and you're just going to waste a booster. Obviously standard, where you're going to be battling against other players, and then you have ranked, arena, and brawl, also playing against other players. Now brawl, arena, and rank, I can tell you that is where you want to use those boosters. You will get a ton of credit and a ton of XP. So standard, I use my boosters a bit more strategically, and we'll get into that. So upon loading into your port, you're going to be able to set this up however you like. So right now, mine is set up to where the ships that I still need to work the tech tree line. So you can have it set up to where it's either one particular tier, one particular nation, or multiple nations. You can start off with whatever ship type that you prefer. Now, when you get into the specials, this first one is for ships that have not yet met the maximum amount of XP needed in order to progress to the next ship. This one is for those ships that have already met that XP requirement. This is going to be for all of your premium ships. This is the first win bonus. This one is the first win bonus, and it's going to be for those special end of the year wins where you're going to get a crate, promotion orders, or paint. This one is going to be for ships that are suitable for those personal missions that you're working. And this one are for the ships that are suitable for your first win bonus on your Bureau projects. And you're going to be able to sort it by nation, by tier, by type, and by the last time you played. Now, getting into your particular ships, this is what I was talking about, where you can actually boost using global XP to the next ship. Again, I would not recommend doing that. Just grind it out and continue accumulating. When you want to get into equipping upgrades and that kind of stuff, I have plenty of videos with gameplay of shipping commander setups. Please feel free to jump into that. I am just trying to keep this as close to a short video as possible. So I do use my boosters when I'm working tech tree. Obviously the XP booster. I usually use my commander, global, and credit boosters for those specific mission requirements. And then I'm always going to run my movement booster. Now, if you want to actually convert boosters, you can see, we'll just do this real quick. In order to move to the next one up, you're going to use 4 just to get 1. So we'll just go ahead and do it. Boom. Now let's say you want to do this one. You're going to use 3 to get just 1. And boom. So that's how combining your booster flags to make other booster flags. Now, obviously, this is whatever flag you decide to run, and camouflage is going to be the same in a way. So it's going to be melting. So you're going to, just hypothetical, let's just jump into this one. Now, you want to melt it, right? So in order to melt, I'm going to come over here, however much you're willing to use, you can see the actual conversion, and you're just going to hit confirm. Boom, there we go, right? So now hypothetically you want to, and I'm not going to do it, but you want to make this an actual permanent camo. You're going to hold the X button, and then it's going to turn into that permanent camo. And I can actually show you over here what actually upgrading that permanent camo. You would just hold X, and as you can see, boom, it just got upgraded. So this is pretty much a high view of getting into it. Again, dive in there, play around with it. You can see down at the bottom you have all kinds of other options just to hide the UI so you can circle around the ship and zoom in and out. Feel free to go in and play with it, but this is just a real quick, rough course on the things you really should know. So now jumping down to the bottom, obviously I can go to containers, social. I'm going to leave that for you guys to jump in there and play around. Same thing with service record. It's just going to be all your stats. Now, if you jump over here to settings, this is where you can actually change your preset controls. And you can also see what you can disable and enable. So sound, if you don't like voiceovers or a particular voiceover mod, you can jump down. That's going to be your general one. And you can see if you switch over, you're going to be national or national plus. I don't like the port music very high, so that's why I have mine like that. But again, you can adjust things to where you see fit. Now, display. Increase HUD size. That's going to be your mini map. I like my mini map a little bit larger than it would originally was because I pay a lot of attention to it, so it just helps. And then obviously you got different modes you can enable. Customization, this is where you're going to get all of your collaboration, Warhammer Transformers, Azure Lane, and so on. You can disable or enable them. This is now, we did not have this, so I absolutely love this and look forward to more ports being added, but you can actually choose which port you would like to view once you log in. And network crossplay. You can disable this. You're only going to be with people who are on your network. I would strongly discourage against that. You're going to get probably longer queue time as well as short bus battles. I call them short bus battles because you're not going to get a full team. You can get 3, 2, maybe 4. Who knows? It's basically a roll of the dice. So now on to the last topic that I would like to cover with you guys. Now, everything I am about to say, please take with a grain of salt. It is nothing more than my personal opinion and thoughts. I'll give you a little hint to my age. I grew up playing Atari. I've literally played every single gaming system that came out. I loved going to the arcades and having to put a quarter on the side of the screen indicating that I got next. So I grew up playing video games. I still have a Dreamcast, for crying out loud. So video games has always been fun, and I love playing it. It's a way to detach from the world. So if you develop or you have hatred for this game and the gaming developers, then why bother playing it? It just doesn't make sense. And to spew hatred into groups and stuff like that, you're just expelling so much energy and hate. It's just actually not good for your mental health. So take it with a grain of salt, but if you hate it and you don't like it, find something that you like, man, and enjoy playing it. So those who decide to spend money on this game, I don't understand why there are people who actually shame that or, throw some hate on it or whatever. That definitely makes no sense to me, because in every single form of entertainment that you enjoy, whether it's TV, going to the movies, going out to the bar, whatever it is, you're going to spend money. Now, here's the thing. This game is on here, and you don't have to spend a dime, and you can still play and enjoy yourself. You just can't compare yourself to those who are buying and spending and doing it all. The casual player, you can't compare yourself to the community contributor and the streamers that get paid to play video games. Stop comparing yourself to other people and go in and enjoy the game. I'm not going to agree with people who try to tell other people how to play, and they're wrong for doing it. Now, I will go ahead and throw suggestions out there, and this is not what I would do. I would advise against it, but ultimately, for crying out loud, it's a game, people. Let's just have fun. And if you want to spend money, great, because this company needs money in order to continue putting content out there, paying people to work, and actually getting this game to us. You guys might not know this, but these games are put on servers that are held in data centers that charge a ridiculous amount of money for wattage that they use. So these servers are probably all over the world, considering that wargaming reaches out to people all over the world with this game. So there is a cost associated with that. You have expenses, payroll, benefits, you name it. So I have no problem contributing to a game that I'm getting something back in. It's entertainment. And I have ships that I bought 3-4 years ago. I'm still playing. I cannot say the same thing for a single game that I have. I haven't picked up my Dreamcast and I couldn't tell you how long. So again, this is a form of entertainment. And if you look at getting doubloons for 2,500 doubloons, and you'd have a little bit left over. So for $10, you get all that in the battle pass plus a ship. That is crazy worth it. There's really not any other game that I'm aware of that offers that much stuff, or is at least going to be pretty comparable to what's out there. So again, it's a great value, at least for what I see. Now, people get into buying containers. Now, containers, you really are gambling. By all means, you are truly gambling. So when you buy these containers, you may get what you're looking for, but then again, you may not. But that's not the gaming company's fault. You are going in hoping for the top prize. You're hoping for a ship. You're hoping for 100K out of these new Leprechaun caches. If you don't get it, well, you knew it's a gambling system. So you are still getting progression items. So you're still getting something for your money. You're just not getting exactly what you wanted and what you hoped for. Now, with all that said, I would like to end this on a light note. Back in 2021, I decided I was going to start being a part of the solution instead of the problem. So if you have questions and or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Just let's keep it constructive and let's keep it positive. But remember when I said it is going to be up to you whether you decide to put money into it, and all the crates is going to be gambling. So I decided to do just that. And you can have a choice to either open one or open all, which I'm just going to open one at a time for the Leprechaun pots of gold. And let's see if I actually get lucky. First one, 1250. Second one, 1250. Another 1250. I'm holding my breath here. Another 1250 and 1 million credits. I'll take that. You know I'm hoping for that big prize, but again, it's gambling, so let's see. Another 1250. Got 5 more. Another 1250 and 1 million credits. Credits always come in handy. Let's keep it going. 4 more. Come on. Another 1250. And 1250 again, 2 more. Last 2 shots. $12.50. All right, last one. Let's see. And that is going to be a negative. And we got another $12.50. So no super prizes. But again, that is the way it crumbles. It's a game. It's a little bit of gambling. I'm still getting $12.50 each shot. And I've got enough to last me quite a bit. A little bit more, I can go ahead and pick up Plymouth. I've been really liking the look of that ship. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. So stay tuned for a future video with that one. So this is everything I had to offer on a silver platter. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, stay frosty out there.